Welcome. This is my brother Blake.
What's up? Hey, we're back. It's the new year. It's 2023, Jordan. We got another weekly movie stream coming at you the first of the year. Dude, how are you doing? How was your New Year's?
It was very good.
Yeah.
I watched no movies.
Oh, really?
I left my house twice. And I changed 3 times. Yeah, I wore the same hoodie 6 days in a row.
Great.
It was pretty good, man.
Sounds relaxing. Sounds very
good.
What
did you do, Blake?
I actually did my laundry, which is pretty fucking cool. I smell less, but I did watch a couple movies that I didn't get to see. Last week, if you recall, we did our week in review, our favorite movies of the year, our least favorite movies of the year. And I watched a couple 2022 films since then that I kind of want to comment on.
Sounds like a good time.
Can you guess what I watched?
No.
Okay.
You always watch dumb stuff.
Oh, well, it's true. I watched 2 things. One, very dumb. The first thing I watched was that, did you ever see trailers for that movie Smile? The horror movie?
Yes, but I kept on mixing it up with Teeth. I was like, look at them teeth.
A very different movie.
I knew it was a mouth movie, but I didn't know how mouthy it was.
It was pretty mouthy. Hawk Rules, it was bad. Like bad. It was like it was like the movie It Follows. Jordan, you like the movie It Follows, right?
I think I did. I don't remember what it was, but I think I did.
It Follows is a great film, but this is like It Follows if it like beat you over the fucking head with its themes and just kept telling you all the spooky things. It's bad, dude. It's really bad. I was recommended. Okay, see, T. Luduki, that's fine. If you like this movie, great. I really dislike this movie. I was fine with it at first, and then it turned on me, and I was like, nope. I mean, like, in Avery, to watch it. If you like this movie, like it. I didn't fucking like this movie at all. It kind of made me mad a little bit.
Okay, I haven't seen it. It Follows.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I'm Googling right now. I've not seen this movie.
I think your wife's seen it. I've talked to Marissa about this before, I think. But
yeah, I've not seen this.
Hawk Rules, the movie tells you like what's going on visually, which is great, but then also like has characters just talking about what's going on. And like we know. We're here. We're watching the movie. So it's a little frustrating. There was a couple cool visuals, I think. I think the smiling thing itself was a little lame for my tastes, but there's a couple fun visuals, but they were kind of ruined by the badness that came before it. So it's like trauma porn, you know, like, hey, this lady's traumatized and we're just going to keep traumatizing her. I don't know. It frustrated me.
Which reminds me of the dentist.
Exactly.
I don't want to go.
I would have rather been at the dentist, actually. Like, sign me up for a fucking root canal. Don't make me watch that again. So that would have been on my bad movies list of 2022. But the last movie I watched of 2022, I watched Bullet Train. Finally, the Brad Pitt movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Bullet Train.
Going through these. I have all these movies, but I haven't watched a single one of them.
Okay, yeah, Bullet Train was fun. Like. I mean, okay, sorry. I don't mean to like ruin like Smile for you guys. I just want to tell you my opinion of it. You should watch it and then also tell me what you think of it if I'm an idiot, because let's be honest here, Jordan. But confirmed. Bullet Train was fun. I wouldn't call it one of my favorite movies of the year. It would have gone on my okay list, but it was fun enough. It was like an action-y. It's kind of like a Quentin Tarantino, Guy Ritchie mashup, but like not as good as either of those. But it was fun. I would recommend watching that one.
I just watched I Love You Man 3 times to fall asleep, and then U571 the second half twice.
Just the second half? Just the good parts. Do you skip to like the middle?
Well, yeah, naturally. Gotta get the U-boat fights. Take forever to fight.
Is there a specific scene you like jump to?
Splashes. And it reminds me of going to the bathroom every time.
Oh no.
The kid from The Sandlot, his in that movie too.
Wait, which kid?
The main kid from Sandlot, the one that has no friends, gets picked on, and they let him play. Not Benny.
Oh, Smalls.
Sure.
Yo,
Lame
Silver
dude.
Thunder. Hey, thanks for the sub, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for subbing to my channel.
Yeah,
Dave.
Dave got significantly more related to me this week. Dave's going to be on here hopefully soon. He got caught at work. Dave's whatever. You know Dave. He's always late to the stream. The boy shows up eventually. So
it's his stream. He do what he want.
It's true. But thank you, sir. Appreciate the sub. Always. We love you. And nice to see you on here. But yeah, those are the couple movies I watched, Jordan. But we do have some movie news if you want to get into it.
Absolutely.
Do you have any movie news?
Just the elephant of the room of Jeremy Renner not knowing how to put his snowplow in park.
Oh, is that okay? So
yes, that's what happened. It ran him over.
I knew it ran him over, dude. But like, I didn't know. I don't know how. I guess he posted from Instagram.
Nobody commandeered it and was like, "Oh, Jeremy Renner."
I'm trying not. It's to be very clear. I'm not making fun of him or what happened to him. I'm not.
Absolutely not.
I'm not. I'm glad he's okay. I'm not making light of that situation. But the scene that like plays in my head, if we're talking movies, is that scene from The Happening where the guy starts the mower scene. I'm sorry, Jeremy Renner. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not.
No, he's like, another Marvel movie.
I shouldn't have fucking said that. I really hope he's doing well. He did post on Instagram from the hospital, and he's doing all right. He's alive.
Well, he's not going to be called Hawk Leg, that's for sure.
Oh no! Oh Jesus! Well, this is the last stream of the year. We're gonna get fucking canceled for sure. Yo, Doug, what's up? DM Trout. There's a snow cat. Oh, okay. Try to feel.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't a snowblower. That'd be impressive.
That would be painful. If an actual like snowblower hits you, if you got your limbs caught on a snowblower,
I'd prefer that over a snowcat.
I guess I don't know how snowcat works.
They're like 20-ton vehicles with like the tracks on them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah,
college kids are throwing themselves in the wood chipper.
Well, that was where my mind went. Hawk Rules is that like the snowblower would be like putting your arm in a wood chipper, but like it wouldn't spit it out and just keep mangling. Anyway, gross. Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, so Ken Block. Not that this is necessarily movie related, but Ken Block also passed away. The snowmobiles are
Mr. Snowplow.
Actually, that kind of is on theme for this stream, considering what we're talking about, the Terminators and things becoming sentient and killing humans. So kind of on brand. Not that I want anybody to die or be injured, to be clear. But anyway, glad Jeremy Renner's okay. I don't know anything really about Ken Block, but RIP to him, and hopefully is I don't know. I don't know what to say because I don't really know who that is.
Snowmobile came up and bit him in the face.
Oh no!
It landed on him and he died.
Fuck! Really?
Yeah, and he was wearing a helmet too.
Oh man, I don't wish that on anybody. No, that's bad. I'm not trying. I'm not. I feel like such a shithead, Silver Thunder. I should not be laughing because I don't think anybody getting hurt is fun or funny. But we should move on from this.
Yeah, Blake's been run over by a motorcycle. He could talk about it.
I have. I've been sent to the hospital.
He's been attacked by the Decepticons too.
It's true. They fucked me up, man. Absolutely. It's why my brain's broken. Oh no!
I would hope if you're behind me in 10 minutes, you're 5 minutes late.
Listen, I hope if you showed up on the stream behind Jordan, I would die of happiness. Just saying.
I'd be curious how you got through the concrete wall.
Kool-Aid Man himself through your foundation.
Oh gosh.
In other movie news, though, Jordan, I think you'll get a kick out of this. This is tech related. You're in the tech world.
Sometimes.
Roughly. But a Seattle tech worker was charged for theft inspired by the movie Office Space.
What did he steal?
He's a software engineer for a company called Zulily or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Oh, well, he was like a software engineer, and he scraped some like extra shipping fees and siphoned them off into his own account to the tune of $260,000. He was
Sign
also
me
able
up.
to. Well, no, don't sign me. Well, if
I'm gonna
you
look
do
him
this,
up on LinkedIn.
do it better, because this guy left a document when people obviously was suspicious because it happened pretty quick, kind of like in the movie where they fucked up.
Right.
Kind of something similar happened, and he left a document on his laptop called, quote, Office Space Project that detailed his whole scheme.
This was after people were suspicious?
Yeah. Well, because the other, like the IT people looked on his computer and found a document literally called Office Space Project. Steal better.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, maybe next time consider movies aren't real and software is a little bit better than it was in 1999.
I can literally watch anything anybody's doing on their computer at any time in my company.
Exactly.
You really thought he was going to get away with that? Come on.
I guess he did. He's a software engineer. He thought he was smarter than everybody else, I assume. Yeah, he literally wrote it down. Like, keep it to yourself, you dummy. Why are people so stupid? Steal better. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Idiots.
Okay, I have some more news, Jordan.
Okay.
You like the movie Gladiator? Who
Yeah,
here likes-
absolutely.
Okay, then I have one question for you. Do you want to see Gladiator 2?
Absolutely not.
Okay, me either. But apparently, Gladiator 2 is on the hunt for. They're like starting casting. Ridley Scott himself is trying to direct this. They have a finished script, and I guess it's in development, but it hasn't been given the green light. But we're getting a Gladiator 2, and my only question is why?
IMDb.
Does it have a page?
It has a page. It says plot unknown, sequel to Gladiator. Writer is Peter Craig. Star is Spencer Treat Clark, whoever that is.
Wait, they already cast somebody? What?
I recognize that. Oh, it's Lucius from the original.
Oh, okay.
What?
Very interesting.
Yeah, he's supposedly the star. All I know is that I went to Entertainment Junction this past week and I was yelling, "Are you not into trains?" And no other dads laughed at all. I was very upset.
It's fun. I was sitting alone in my apartment watching movies doing this when I was watching The Smile.
Do that on Tinder, like...
and Hawk Rolls, Dave would love to audition, I'm sure, but he'd be late for it though. So I don't know if he'd get cast or not. But it's
Maximus
worth a shot.
Latimus Meridius.
Oh god. So yeah, I don't care about this. I mean, I don't know. I probably would go see it, depending. I don't really trust Ridley Scott, as I've talked about before. I think he has terrible takes on his own movies and doesn't know when to stop. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see this. Maybe I won't.
Done. I don't even know who he is.
He directed the original. Oh, dude, you know a bunch of Ridley Scott movies.
The Martian.
Yeah, the original Alien, all that stuff. But
he did Kaleidoscope, the miniseries. He was executive producer.
I have no idea what that is.
Show. So I'm told. I think where it has, like, you could watch the show, like any episode at any time, as long as you finish with a certain one. It tells a different story depending on the order you watch it.
Oh, that's cool. What? Wait, when did this come out?
It says TV miniseries 2023. Marissa mentioned it in something to me the other night, and I was half awake. I said no. But apparently, yeah, it's like a choose your own destiny. It'll make sense different ways at different times.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a interesting experiment, I guess. Almost like a choose your own adventure. Kind of. Not quite as interactive as, like, remember Black Mirror, like Bandersnatch?
Right. Be like, imagine your own ending.
Yeah. Just they don't film anything. It's a black screen for the last episode. Just like, imagine what would be cool.
Draw your ending. Choose or die. Just like
submit
little
your own ending.
assholes.
We're out of fucking ideas.
Oh, that'd be
Please.
sick. You act out your own ending. Submit your file here. I want to do that.
It's lazy, but I would probably watch the submissions. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now that would be a fun thing we could do. Is play a clip from a movie, stop it right there, and have submissions for what should happen next. 30-second clip. Could you imagine?
That would be
what
fun.
I would
Actually,
do. Oh, I'd be all over that.
yours would have to be censored quite a lot.
Oh,
I already
absolutely,
know.
from the neck down, just censored.
Just completely. Yeah, no, I agree. Dave's also would have to be censored. Would be a lot of censoring. We wouldn't be able to show these submissions, but I'd watch them.
It's just audio only.
It's a radio drama.
I still think we need to do the audio clips. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
That would be cool.
We really do. But
oh, we have a random guest that just joined my
oh my gosh,
my Twitch stream.
a wild Dave has appeared.
I don't know that it's Dave. I'm going to bring out my next guest.
Do we got him? All right. Well, Dave, can you hear me?
Yes.
Righteous, my friend. Hello.
Hey.
Jordan and I have been holding down the fort and making fun of you for
Only a little
minute. Only a little bit. Not bad. You can watch the stream back. I stand by everything I said. Except for all the stuff where I was laughing at people getting hurt. Cut that part out.
I mean,
sorry.
too late.
Sorry, internet.
Nope. Too late. You fucked up. It's forever.
But you are the sweetest man in our chat.
What's up, Silver? How you doing, buddy?
So you arrived right in time, Dave, because I have some movie news that I think you're gonna want to hear about. Uh-oh is right.
What is it? What happened?
So Michelle Rodriguez, of the Fast and Furious franchise,
yes,
suggests that the series could continue with the children of the characters. AKA the Fast franchise is gonna outlive us all. Are you, Dave? Are you ready to go see FF37, the Seriously Fast and Furiously? It's gonna be good.
No,
you're not
come on.
Firster, you're Laster.
Like,
Firster, you're Laster.
Listen, I have been a supporter of this series for my whole adult life, whatever. Fucking enough.
Aren't you excited for Fast X that are coming out this year, Dave?
I thought it was gonna be the last one. And
guess what? I'm gonna make you go fucking see it, since you've had to make me watch F9 and all this stuff. We're gonna go see it because we're gonna talk about that on a stream for sure.
Oh no.
Oh, shut up. I know you're happy, but I know you're also gonna be miserable. I'm playing the long game here, dude.
Well, I'm actually really curious. You're playing the long game. What do you think I got you to watch to suggest? I got you. I got you, fucker.
I got son.
I got you.
Oh no, this is turning out poor for me.
But legit, I am straight up curious as to how do you outdo space?
Whatever. They're gonna create wormholes and shit. I don't know. It's gonna be like a new Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing. But with like 10-year-olds. I don't know. I don't know.
Furious of the Galaxy. I don't know.
It sounds fucking awful, dude. We're gonna get into space races though. They're gonna set up a community of space racing, and then we'll get the lore. It's kind of like rebooting the series in space.
Oh,
makes sense, Dave. Shut up. So. I'm pretty excited about that.
And the people eventually are going to watch and be like, please, he made a jump from the moon to Jupiter.
Not scientifically accurate.
You really need to slingshot your way around the Earth first.
The only person, listen, I don't care if any of the characters in these movies go away and like their kids replace them. The only character I want to stay is Ludacris's character. I don't remember his name or anything about him, but I love Ludacris, and he better stay. He better be like the Master Splinter of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Listen, I just why? I mean, like,
oh, hold on. Silver Thunder's pitch for Fast and Furious 193 is I'm kind of on board. I mean, I want to fund this movie.
I mean, can I be in it or?
No, we already tried to cast you in the new Gladiator movie, but you were going to be late to the audition, so we assumed you wouldn't get the part. Sorry.
Cool. Great.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just the post office is ruining my life in even hypothetical ways. That's great.
Yeah, I'm not okay. Silver Thunder, we're gonna have to meet about this, and we're gonna pitch this to somebody. We're gonna pitch this to Vin Diesel, who might be high enough on cocaine to totally fund this movie, or give us money to write the script for it.
I mean, he's down. You say anything about something that's like ridiculous. But here's the thing: you here's where you fucked up there, Thunder. You have to say something about Dom's charger,
dude. Have you seen any of the the Vin Diesel, like some of his like social media videos and stuff?
No,
they are bizarre. The man is so bizarre. He's so weird. But there's a couple videos of like that he took with like people come into his house to like talk about the new like pitching the new Fast. But it's like Michelle Rodriguez and like all the people like in the movies that they've all they're trying to come up with their stuff, and he's like, hey, he's like talking to the camera, and he's like kind of shirtless, and his his eyes are dilated and shit. I don't know, man. Vin Diesel needs some help.
Well, he's the reason why The Rock is never coming back to the series.
I believe it.
Because apparently he's like constantly late and doesn't care, doesn't know his lines, even though he fucking has like 4 lines all movie.
Something family, something
like every scene that he's in, it says Dom Smolders, and like that's the whole
the action line. Cut to Dom smoldering. Dom grunts. Cut to next scene.
Right, it's exactly what it is.
That's true. I could write one of these.
Like straight up, I really think Brian O'Connor, the character, but Paul Walker's character, I think carried that series.
I agree with you. It lost some of its, I guess, charm or like uniqueness, because Paul Walker was a great actor, and I think he brought a lot to it in terms of stuff. Because like Vin Diesel kind of has one mode, you know?
Yeah, he's literally one note. That's why he's so perfect as Groot, because Groot only says one thing ever. Yeah,
exactly. And like the other characters they don't have enough written about them to like make them super compelling. I think Roman, like Tyrese's character is annoying. Ludacris's character, he's like tech guy. I don't think he has much to him either. So I don't know. Whatever. Bring back Paul Walker. So
too soon.
Is it? Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. There's also the poster for the new Evil Dead movie coming out this year, which I'm excited for, called Evil Dead Rise. It was tweeted by director Lee Cronin, who was handpicked by Sam Raimi to direct this movie. So not much is known about the plot, but I'm definitely gonna go see it. Are you gonna go see it? I'm probably gonna make you go see it.
I was gonna say I want to say no, but I know better than that.
Yeah. I go see your movies, you go see my movies, and we do the thing, and then we disagree.
We actually agree a lot more than we thought we would. So
I know. I'm actually really surprised on how much we do agree on a lot of things. But anyway, speaking of agreeing on things, do you want to talk about Terminators?
Yes, let's talk about Termitinators.
We spent so much time the last month or so shitting on James Cameron for Avatar and the incredible amount of sequels he's doing. Now let's give the man a little love to start 2023. You're making amends. He made $2 billion or something, and I guess I'm gonna celebrate some James Cameron movies. The man is talented.
Yeah. Cool.
So we're gonna talk about some of my favorite works of his, and you've never seen either Terminator, right?
Nope.
I love this. I don't know if that guy AP is in the chat tonight, but he suggested this a while ago. He said something about Terminator. We were talking about it, and you were like, "I've never seen him," and I'm like, "What?" Oh,
Yes,
what?
that's exactly what happened. You little John'd it out of nowhere, and I was like, "Calm down. We'll fucking watch it." Then.
Sir, turn down for me.
Please. That's what.
So I guess without any further ado, let's talk about The Terminator 1984. We got a little trailer for it. So let's check it out. I think I like these classic trailers too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God, yes. Let's fucking do it. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
We need an audio check from the chat. We did a new setting as well. So let us know if that's too loud or too quiet.
A weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile.
I can't hear
and
anything.
Indestructible. It can't be reasoned with.
It's in the Discord, Dave.
It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future.
Oh.
This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
I love all these 80s characters.
What day is it? The date!
12th May, Thursday.
What year?
They're really like giving the pitch in this trailer too.
I'm Reese, DN 38416, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for termination.
Why does it want me? Why me?
The hair, dude.
The hair is top notch. Arnold's too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is
Oh, I love the non-eyebrow Arnold.
I know it does
the
look like
Terminator.
he doesn't have
Your
eyebrows.
future is in its hands.
Oh no.
Super duper.
So Dave, what's the story of the Terminator?
So, okay, the story is it's sometime in the future, relatively soon in our terms, like
Yeah,
probably
about
in like 5-6 years, something like that.
About 6 years from now, 2029 AD.
Yes. There's some giant war between robots and humans, and one human time travels somehow, I guess. I don't know.
Because time travel isn't going to be it's like any day now, Dave. Go on.
Any minute now.
Yeah.
Time travel. He goes back. This guy goes back to save Sarah Connor, who is being targeted by a guy by a robot who somehow doesn't know which is the correct Sarah Connor. And then,
But the robot can read the white pages, to be clear.
yeah, he can read the right pages, but doesn't have a program of who she is. For
The
some
records,
reason.
they actually did explain this, but go on.
Well, okay.
They did. They explained this.
Yes, but anyway, so yeah, and then it's all about them defeating the Terminator. And the only question I have at the end of the movie is, did I just watch John Connor go back to fuck his own mom?
Ooh, close, almost. John Connor sent his friend back to fuck his own mom.
Are you
So
sure?
it's better.
Are you sure?
It's not him.
Are you sure?
Yes?
Are you sure?
They show him.
They show him in the future?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Are you sure?
Hawk rules are sure. I don't want to think about this. Anyway.
I'm looking it up.
Oh no. It's not his own mother. It's Kyle Reese. It's Michael Bihn's character, Kyle Reese. He's got a duster.
Is it?
It is. I'm sticking with this, actually. I don't think James Cameron is that creepy. Thank you, Hawk Rules. Somebody's got to get my back on this. But yeah, that's the thing. So a Terminator comes back in time to eliminate Sarah Connor before she can give birth to John Connor, who's led the resistance against the machines. But they sent a guy back to save her. So that's fine. It's a guy named Kyle Reese, and he is in love with Sarah Connor. So I don't blame him. We saw the hair. I get it. Linda Hamilton is Babe.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not expect to see 80s titties in this movie, but I guess here we are.
No.
I'm trying to find it. I don't remember them showing John Connor in this movie.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. That's, I mean, yeah, Silver Thunder's right. James Cameron is creepy, but yeah, whatever. Kyle Reese, like Michael Biehn is a good looking dude. So whatever.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy. I don't have any problem with that. I'm not saying that I'm right, but I'm just saying you can't say that I'm wrong.
I think I'm going to anyway. So thanks for the opportunity. So this is the first time you've seen this movie, Dave. What was your first impression of the sci-fi magnum opus for then of James Cameron?
It was fine. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wasn't like blown away by it. There was a lot of time travel plot holes, and I still am not 100% certain that John Connor didn't go back to fuck his own mom.
That's a really weird thing to get stuck on.
I mean, they did it in Back to the Future.
Well, what? No, I don't care about Back to the Future. This is James Cameron, the Terminator. This is he's trying to not inbreed the future. He's trying to save the future.
But he's the only one that can. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, that's gross.
I don't want that to be true. That's just what I saw, and I'm like, wait.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, absolutely not. I think John Connor is smart enough to know about interbreeding. I think it's bad. I think he knows that. Gross. So anyway, I didn't see this. I saw this movie second. I saw Terminator 2, and then I saw Terminator 1 when I was a little bit older.
Okay.
And I like this movie a lot. It's very 80s. This is like, this kind of feels like it could have been directed by John Carpenter. If there was like 38% more Kurt Russell in it, then it would have been pure John Carpenter.
Yeah, I can see how you would say that. It definitely feels John Carpenter adjacent.
Yeah, I think the action is directed a lot better than John Carpenter would have handled it.
I can agree with that. No, I liked this movie. I thought it was fine. I just I got stuck on things I shouldn't have.
Clearly, the movie was going on, and you were like, "Did John Connor fuck his mom?" So you missed the whole second act.
No, I was looking up and down from my phone when I was Googling that.
So there's a lot of things to this movie. I think this is hey, John, what's up, dude?
Hey, John, what's up, buddy?
Always good to see you here. So there's a lot of things going on in this movie, but I think for as kind of convoluted of a plot as it is, I think it handles it well enough that I don't think you have to. It helps you keep up.
Yes. Sorry. Say that again. I think I just found some people that back me up on the internet here.
Oh my God! Stop. Please stop.
All right. I will after this one question.
Oh my God! What?
Okay. If John Connor had to have been alive to send Kyle Reese back in time, how would John Connor even exist?
What?
Like, how would John Connor physically exist and grow up into an adult up until that point if Kyle Reese had never met Sarah Connor?
Because it's always happened.
That's a loop.
It's always happened.
That's a loop.
Always happened.
Chicken or the egg?
It's always happened. Exactly. You can't explain it. It just happens every time. And yeah, John, so I grew up, Hawk Rules knows this. We were introduced to Terminator 2 first. And what I like about Terminator 2, which we'll get into it, is I don't think you need to necessarily have seen the first one to get Terminator 2. And so going back and watching it, and you kind of understand a little bit more of Terminator 2, but the first one is so fun. It's a B movie, right? It's a B movie concept, but it does feel elevated. It's fun. There's lots of it's a relatively low budget film. And there's lots of fun action and explosions and fucking Arnold, dude. Did you know? Did you know that Arnold was offered the role and was considered for the role of Kyle Reese?
What?
Oh yeah. Originally, it was going to be Arnold is Kyle Reese. I
Wait.
love you. I've always loved you. You're beautiful. I've been staring at your picture. So that would have been weirder for sure.
Yeah.
Agreed. We got some naked Arnold up in here.
And if you're looking closely, which I didn't mean to be, you see his dong too.
Dave was so preoccupied watching.
Yes, you do.
Like I honestly caught and hung on to things I shouldn't have. I'm like, oh, that's wow, fuck. Damn it.
Dave only knows Hawk Rules because he paused it. He's like, wait, hold on.
It's in shadow, but you can definitely see like it's like a dark shadowy wiener.
Oh no.
I'm on one today, guys.
Yes, he is. It was a long day at work. Got some pent up energy.
I need to get it out somehow.
So I guess getting into some more of the likes.
Thank you, Avery, my savior today. My savorier.
Backed up in the chat.
Got it.
That's true. Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense. So John, if you didn't know, Dave, because you're not on the Discord too much, I was talking with John on the Discord. Mm-hmm. He has a book that details some of like the production stuff and the script of Terminator 2. So John's the go-to guy about T2.
Oh shit. Okay.
Which we're going to be getting into, but that movie is also, it's so fascinating, it's so good. But there's a lot of stuff that has changed because the Terminator, Arnold was coming off of like Conan the Barbarian and like and stuff is relatively early in his career.
Yeah.
And he wasn't known as like obviously an actor. I don't think he's ever been known as like an actor.
He sure fucking hasn't been, yeah.
But the stuff he's in, he does justice because we know what we're getting. We're getting Arnold.
Yeah,
you know?
Arnold.
And this is like prime Arnold, man. He just gets to lumber around with a gun and he says like 14 lines maybe. It's like he says very few things, including
in the first one.
In the first one, in the second one, he talks more. Obviously, in the first one,
I don't remember him saying more than like 2 lines.
There's a handful of things. He still gets his one-liners.
Yeah.
My favorite one-liner from the Terminator is "fuck you, asshole." that he has. He's like has a bank of insults that we see on screen.
I love how fucking Skynet was like, we got to make him insult people.
he's got to be a dick. So getting into more likes and stuff. First off, Los Angeles 2029 looks fucking lit. The landscape's like paved with human skulls and there's robot laser fights and shit. Like I'm just gonna say by the time 2029 hits, I'm gonna be inside just as much as I am now because that looks awful.
Right. I mean, honestly, do you think the Terminator bots like would kick in your door, see you just hair disheveled in your underwear and be like, never mind.
Hey, I've been waiting for the robot apocalypse. I'm like, God damn it.
Nah,
whatever.
He's
harmless. Arms like that, we're good.
Whereas to me, they kick on my door and I'm there with like water. Like, oh, is it not? Water doesn't make you short out and die?
Shit. Been watching the wrong movie to prepare for this.
You would have thought, right? I mean, you're machines. All right, just kill me.
I do love that. Also, the theme song rips, dude. The theme song in both of them. It's obviously better in the second one, but like, you know, we hear it in 80s lo-fi. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. You know, it's recorded in somebody's hallway.
Yeah.
But the theme music is great. Also, we get Bill Paxton in like one of the opening scenes of this movie.
How did I miss that?
He's one of the punks. He's the blue-haired punk.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did see that because I was like, wait, I know that face. Whose face is that?
This is obviously Bill Paxton pre-Twister fame. But yeah, I always forget he's in this movie until it shows up and I was like, hey, you're the guy. And so, and it's nice too. I think this is a well-written film, you know? because like even so, like he beats up the punks and he takes their clothes and stuff, so he kind of looks like a 80s punk rocker, which works because he's like mowing down people, just brutal violence. And that was the kind of idea of like, you know, punks and stuff as a time is they're violent, crazy people,
right?
And so worked for Arnold. That and his sunglasses, everything. I think the look of this film is fun, is really great.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's classic. I think it's when you think of Arnold, that's the look that you see when you picture him. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I would argue T2 is the more iconic look.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But I do picture him this way often.
Often. Okay.
Often. It's weird. But
that's why you didn't want to talk about him hanging dong.
Caught me. So yeah, German Shepherds too, absolutely. How do you feel about the visual effects of this thing?
Oh wow, John, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
He was in True Lies. I was like, what are you talking about? But wait, he absolutely was in True Lies.
Who was he in Titanic?
One of the people in like the present, you know, because
oh, you're right. Yeah, that's
the
right.
wraparound story is them diving.
Oh God, what the fuck are we talking about? I just got so distracted by that.
Sorry, I got distracted by True Lies. More Arnold films. We're talking about the VFX.
Oh yeah, I didn't hate them. I mean, like I knew they were gonna be bad, but like they weren't like it didn't take me out of anything.
They were not that bad. They weren't that bad for the time.
In today's standards, they're at the time. No, at today's standards, awful. But I like it didn't take me out of it at all. Like I was just like, cool, that's fine.
I think they held up better than I thought they were going to. I think. I mean, obviously the eye replace, like the dummy heads look bad. You know. Yeah. Like the eye replacement scene, it does look like Madame Tussauds like waxed, like you know, that stuff's bad. And even the final Terminator that gets smashed, it's like stop motion, you know?
So that definitely fucked me up a little bit, but I didn't mind it. It's just I noticed it.
I think I noticed it too. We're deep enough into the film that when we started seeing this stuff, I feel like we're already bought into the world.
Right.
And this is kind of what I mean by like some of the B movie aesthetic stuff to it. An actual B movie would have shown us this thing quick. The parts and the machine parts, and it would have looked fucking bad. Yeah. And we would have all checked out of this movie. But I think this thing holds up relatively well. You know, I think you can get through it without being like, bro, come on.
I do really like that, Skynet was like, let's make them badass. Can we make them look badass even without their skin?
Yeah.
Like, just look menacing and then put skin on them and still look menacing. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Living tissue over metal endoskeleton. It's true. It is true. Because I also remember asking about the first one when I was a kid. And that was one of the things, you know, my mom told me, it's like, oh, like it's fine, but like the Terminator looks bad and, you know, it's all stop motion-y. It doesn't look very good. And this was in the 90s when I originally saw it. It already kind of looked bad. So, because it was relatively low budget. But I think what do you think about the performances, man? I think Linda Hamilton
crushed
it did great. You know, she kind of brings us into this world. But I think Michael Biehn is Kyle Reese, rather. He's Kyle racing around. I think he's great, man. He's really convincing. He's really intense.
Yes, I agree with that. I don't love the direction in the interrogation scene where he just starts yelling and screaming at people.
I agree.
I thought that felt a little awkward because, like,
I understand it a little bit because since he came from a time where things are awful and on fire all the time, he's kind of like, I have to tell everybody all this. And, you know, without adapting to modern society where you can't just go into an official building screaming crazy shit, you know, it's not going to work. And so he's trying to get his point across, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean with it.
Yeah, no, and he can get his point across, but like everyone knows, no matter what time period you're in, that the worst way to get taken seriously is to just start screaming.
Debatable.
Why don't you ask anybody that works anywhere?
I don't work anywhere, so I have no context. I haven't been a part of modern society for a minute.
Yeah,
So
you just when you get mad, you just yell out your window.
it's true. I have a squirt
Like
gun too.
You're a crotchety old man.
Hi, and I pew pew pew. Yeah,
Okay.
people don't like it, but
Listen, you should not have said that because now whenever I come to your house, I'm gonna have a squirt gun. Not to you, like to
Okay.
the people outside.
don't get me wet. I'll short circuit.
No, just like random people passing by, just like see if I can like get them from inside, you know, like.
Well, that's what I wanted to do when like people in the summer, like they take a piss in my alley. I just want to have like a squirt gun to be like, stop it. Like, you know, cats that are like trying to eat your plants and just like spray them. Yeah. Next summer, if I want to get assaulted on my own property, I'm going to try that. We'll see how it goes. But no, I do think this is fun. Also, you know what I actually really, really, truly love? Dave, you and we complain a lot about movies, movies in general, but we complain a lot about movies that have, it is our job, that have unnecessary romantic subplots.
Yes.
This
we do.
Has the best justification for a romantic subplot.
Otherwise, John Connor wouldn't exist.
Exactly. It's built
Because he
into
goes
the
back
premise.
in time.
Fuck off. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not today. Minus the fact that John Connor definitely doesn't fuck his mom. This makes sense. Like, it's one of those things I really thought about this time. And I haven't seen these movies like back to back ever, actually. This is what I realized.
It was very weird
missing,
watching them back to back.
I realized I'm missing out because you can really see the contrast between the two. But the thing that stuck out to me so much is that this romantic like plot makes actual sense, and it has something to do with the overall plot and themes and idea of this film. And I think it's handled weird because like obviously Kyle Reese, if like some guy in a duster came up to you, he's like, I have your picture, I've been in love with you forever, I'd be like, sir, no thanks. Please no.
Well, the 80s and 90s were wild.
You're intense, and I can't confirm what's going on or where you've come from, but please back off. Leave me a message on my old telephone machine. But
telephone machine. I believe they're called phone booths.
I was talking about we tapered this. Leaving a message. Dumb. We had a debate about this. Anyway,
that wasn't really a debate. It was just we couldn't remember what the fuck it was called.
What they were actually. Yeah. But yeah, so it's he comes off as really weird and deranged, but I think the roles played really well, and I think it all makes sense.
Yeah.
For my taste in this.
I did not have any issues with any of the plot or anything like that, other than the fact that you can go ahead and tell how they explain it, but other than the fact that like why is this like sentient fucking robot that can go back in time that's not already programmed with a facial recognition of Sarah Connor?
So what they kind of explain what Kyle explains to Sarah is that all the records have been destroyed and stuff. They know a name and a city essentially that she had lived in, but they don't know what she looks like. They don't know where exactly she lives or how to find her. They just have a name and a general location. So the Terminator, they can go back in time, but they can't go back to the future. And essentially, once they're back there, they have to figure it out. Kyle obviously has a picture of Sarah, knows more because of John. Yo, Dabs, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Goku?
Been a while, man. So they don't know anything. Like Kyle knows where she is because he finds her immediately, and he's stalking her actively.
So
he's watching her, but the Terminator doesn't know.
I have two questions.
Please.
If all the records were destroyed, that would mean that there's no reason for the Terminator to know about her at all in the future.
Well, I think you can reasonably assume that the leader of the resistance against you was born and probably has the same last name.
Well, yes, but what I mean is like, why would they go back to find her when they could just go back to kill him?
No, I mean, whatever. It's a valid question, but the movie's got a movie, and you got to keep this thing going. So they thought if they could kill her right before she conceives, I guess, then she'll die. But obviously, they rethink their plans in Terminator 2. The second attempt. They could have gone back whenever. They could have gone back 3 generations and made it way easier and killed Sarah's grandfather or something. They could have done a lot of things, but James Cameron wanted to go back and kill Linda Hamilton.
Why?
I mean, Sarah Connor.
What's he got against Linda Hamilton? Jesus.
They used to be married, dude.
That's what he's got against Linda Hamilton. Yikes. I didn't know there was an actual answer to that question.
There was. They weren't married at the time of Terminator 1, but I think they were married during Terminator 2, or they just divorced before Terminator 2. I don't know.
I was going to say, if she got the role in Terminator 2 because she was married to him and not because she's the same person as before.
Nepotism at its finest.
Yeah. That's bullshit. It's the only reason she got the role. Dave, it's the same human.
It's literally the same actress, Dave.
I don't
hate
care.
This. Hollywood is so awful.
That's why I never got any roles.
Just have been born to somebody different.
Just
Jeez,
be a
Dave.
different person.
Just be somebody. So they got married, and so they didn't get married until. Thanks, John. The man's got all the answers. I appreciate it.
John is
John
our
should run our
encyclopedia.
stream.
So John Encyclopedia is what he is.
John Encyclopedia. Appreciate you. So I guess they got married after Terminator 2. I mean, all that action and mental illness really concentrates
it makes
love.
Sense. It makes sense.
No, for sure.
It really does.
For sure. But there's a lot of things that are fun about this movie. I don't think this movie would be as remembered if it wasn't for its sequel, though, which we're going to get to here shortly, because I want to talk about some of your dislikes for the Terminator.
I mean, I kind of went over them already. I didn't really have any dislikes per se. It's just things that I don't understand. Like, did the Terminator and Skynet not already have records on Sarah Connor? And if not, how do they fucking know who she is and why do they care? And okay, well, the records got erased, so how did they know if they already didn't have it's a whole thing. I don't understand why they're even doing it in the first place.
No, I understand, but for me, that's something that's a bit kind of. I understand the thought, and I think that's a fair thought. But for me, I'm kind of like, whatever. This is what we're presented, and this is what it is. Starting the movie, you could go a million. What time travel movies are notoriously bad for people who think about them. Like, yeah, they are.
Like the whole premise is a time travel paradox, and there's even so many more of them in the second one. But like in general, if you go back and kill the leader of the resistance, then you yourself don't get created.
Right. But I mean, that's a very fair point. But I guess the thing being, it creates alternate, if you're talking, different universes theory or whatever, that like it creates a new branch of, because he also mentions, Kyle Reese mentions a possible future, like kind of insinuating that it branches off in a certain way. So in some universe, it doesn't happen. They don't dive into it much. And I don't think you should think about it that much, because I don't think this movie is meant to be like,
it's not
dissected from a time travel perspective.
No,
you
absolutely
can.
it's not, yeah.
I mean, and either of these movies, if you try to dissect them from like, well, time travel, these, it's not gonna be fun. Nobody's gonna have fun. And I think the idea, it's fair to do that, but I think the idea of these movies is to have fun. It's action. It's Arnold. He's blowing shit up. Look at it, dude.
It's Arnold.
Sometimes he has eyebrows. Sometimes he doesn't have eyebrows.
It's Arnold learning how to human. It's Arnold learning to smile.
We're getting to it. But for me though, I think I think the movie's fine. I think this actually has a better Rotten Tomatoes rating than Terminator 2.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was
Mind blowing.
I'm almost. I don't know if Jordan can check that. I don't know if he's still with us here for the moment, but I'm pretty sure. But I think it's fine, but I don't think it would necessarily hold as much weight today as it would if Terminator 2 hadn't come out. So
I 100% agree with that. Excuse me. Let's see here. I got them pulled up right here. Terminator has a 100% Rotten Tomatoes,
right,
and an 89% fan score, and T2 has 93 and 95.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Not that I take Rotten Tomatoes ratings seriously.
No, I don't need it at all.
I do find that interesting. So yeah. Anyway, would you recommend The Terminator 1984?
Oh, fuck yeah, absolutely I would. It's a fun movie. It's got Arnold.
Yeah.
It's got Arnold and Linda.
Yeah. The dream team.
And I mean, if you want to get hung up on things that are probably not true, but they don't technically explain it away, then yeah, I think it's a great movie to watch. I think it's a fun action 80s. But okay, can you also see why I for the longest time I got confused between RoboCop and Terminator?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yes, especially when you're like younger. They both. They're both robotic, killing machines. Essentially,
it's true.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. There's stop motion in both films, and one's a bit funnier than the other. But that is also to its benefit how seriously this movie takes itself.
Okay,
I think that helps it. Yeah. Because the concept it's a little wacky, and again, if you think about it too much, it falls apart pretty quick. But this movie taking itself so seriously, everybody just diving into their roles, it works. It really works for me. So this is definitely a recommend for me. You don't have to be a sci-fi or action nerd. I think you can enjoy this if you enjoy fun movies, with sick theme songs.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very fun movie. I guess I can't help but do this shit anymore. What like overthink some of these things in movies. Like I just can't help it now.
I have some nitpicky things to say about T2. That stuck out to me that I have to talk about. I have a lot to talk about for Terminator 2. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I think we can hop into Terminator 2 Judgment Day from 1991. We were both born then. We're already alive.
I had been born for 2 years at that point.
I was one at this point. It came out July 3rd, 1991. So I was almost 2 years old.
I was 2.5.
You're so old, Dave.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
So Jordan, if we have it up, let's watch the trailer, the classic trailer for Terminator 2.
Same make.
Oh no!
Yes.
At the West Highland Police Station, 1984.
I've never seen this.
Same model.
Oh no! Come on!
Yes.
These were taken today.
You have to let me see my son. He's in great danger.
New mission. Once he was programmed to destroy the future.
Oh come on!
To try to kill one of these things.
Now his mission.
Get down.
Is to protect it.
Mom! Come with me if you want to live.
You're really real.
His loyalty is to a child.
Who sent you?
You did. 35 years from now.
And his enemy.
He's a Terminator like you, right?
Not like me.
Is the deadliest machine ever built.
Can it be destroyed?
Unknown.
This time, there are two. Terminator 2.
You just
Terminator
go around
2.
killing people.
Why?
If you thought you had seen it all.
Why? Why?
Look again.
Stay down.
Go now.
We gotta stick together.
Jesus, how long are these fucking trailers?
This trailer rules, dude. It's all the highlights.
It's literally basically the whole fucking
Terminator
movie.
2, Judgment Day.
Without
This
any of the
time,
downtime.
He's back.
Yeah.
For good. Trust me.
Trust me. So for a little context, Jordan hit me with some information this morning. So we watch all these movies from his server that he sends to us so we can watch them. Jordan found out a little something interesting, or realized something pretty interesting today. If he's on. I don't know if he's on. Guess not. We watched an extended version. The actual theatrical cut is 2 hours. Theatrical cut. It's going good for me. The theatrical cut of this movie is 2 hours and 17 minutes long. The version we watched, I believe, is the director's cut. It is 2 hours and 36 minutes long, or something like that. But I have to say, I've seen both. I like this one a fuck ton better.
Really?
So much better. So this, obviously, being the first time you've seen it, dude, what do you think of this movie? What's your first impression?
No, I like this movie. I liked it better than the first one. I have a much greater problem with the time travel in this one than I do in the first one. Much greater problem.
Does it involve incest though?
No, this time it does not.
Oh, thank God.
Or does it? So
no,
no, it does not. No, but I liked it. I thought I liked what they did with Arnold, the Terminator. I like all the little tidbits behind the scenes shit that I know about, even though I'd never seen it all the way through.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was just fun. It was fun. It was not schlocky or goofy. It was I don't know. Yeah, I was like, it's fine plus for me.
Really? I thought you were gonna like this more. I love this movie. It's definitely one of my favorite like action films of all time. I think it's one of the best sequels of all time, hands down. This movie, obviously, like I said before, I saw this one first, and this movie stuck with me. Watching it again, I haven't seen it in a very long time. Watching it again, I remember being very young and seeing this for the first time, and a lot of these images stuck with me. Some of these images gave me nightmares for sure.
Oh, actually, yeah, I can see that for sure.
Absolutely. Like there's certain things that are like kind of came up for me, watching this again. I was like, whoa. Oh, totally. Specifically so Sarah Connor has a dream of Judgment Day. So to be clear, the story of this film is that now John Connor is born. He's a kid. So they send the robots send an even newer version, the T-1000. It's a liquid metal robot. It's a prototype, but it's a liquid metal robot, and it's there to kill John Connor. So the Resistance sends back a reprogrammed T-800 from the first movie, Arnold, to save John Connor. So that makes sense. And then they break Linda Hamilton out of the insane asylum that she was put in, and essentially they try to take down the T-1000 and stop Skynet, because if Skynet continues on its path, then the robot apocalypse happens, and in 1997 essentially the apocalypse happens. 3 billion people die from nuclear war, and everyone is vaporized. That is the scene that gives me nightmares, is Sarah Connor's dream.
Yeah,
she's out off the fence, she's like banging against the fence, she's like, run, and then the bomb goes off and she turns into a skeleton and ashes. It's horrifying, dude.
That was a brutal fucking scene.
It's so intense.
Brutal fucking scene.
This movie is really emotional. Like that's one thing that was missing from the first one. There's so many big themes in this movie. It has so much to say, and I think it nails it. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fine plus. Like it was a fun movie. I don't know. I got hung up on things again.
Sounds about right.
Things again.
That sounds right. So, but before we get on the things you got hung up on, what were some of the stuff you liked about this movie?
I like the kid who plays John Connor, trying to teach a robot how to be cool. He's like, I got a toy murder machine. Like, that's great. This is fun.
And Hawk Rules, I forgive you. Actually, I'm actually really glad I saw this movie when I did. It's shaped a lot of my tastes. So, despite the nightmares, I appreciate you.
Yes, there is no reason to apologize, because if everything hadn't gone exactly the same way, then Blake and I wouldn't be sitting here, and I would be bored on my couch.
We'd be in our own time travel paradox.
It's true. It's true. And like I said, there are so many more in this one. There's like 2 or 3 more in this one that I don't understand.
Yeah. Don't think about it, Dave. But there's a lot of stuff. So continue.
Edward Furlong.
Yes.
I knew that, and I know who that is.
Did you see American History X?
No.
With Edward Norton?
I know of it, but I have not seen it.
Okay, he was also in that. He didn't do much after. I think he's kind of struggled with. You can get a cameo from him. You know, like that service cameo.
Yeah.
You pay for. I've seen some of his cameos. They're bad. They're bad. I kind of feel bad for this guy. But whatever. He's great in this movie.
Yeah, he's great in it. I remember actually seeing the scene where the T-1000 kills his foster parents.
Yeah,
I remember that scene.
So brutal.
And I really liked the guy who plays the T-1000 because
Robert Patrick.
Yes, because apparently, I don't know if you noticed this, but he never blinks.
Yeah,
he did it on purpose, and then he always has his mouth closed when he's running.
Dude, yeah. So that is a one thing that I absolutely love about this movie. I think the acting, just like I said, the first movie took itself very, very seriously. This movie does too. And Robert Patrick and the acting in general is perfect. He's a machine. He is a robot, a cyborg.
It's fully believable. It's insane.
He really is. And Linda Hamilton, oh my God. Think of how, this is what really stuck out to me a lot, is seeing these movies back to back, is how Linda Hamilton, she's like, this like waitress, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's kind of a damsel in distress in the first movie. In this movie, this is how you write a strong female lead. She's a badass. She's completely transformed in the 8 years or whatever it's been since the first movie. Right. She's been in an insane asylum. She's like pumping iron. She's like gun running and stuff. She's like ready for action. She prepared. She took the lessons and the things she learned about in the first movie, and in between movies has had a child, B gone to like Nicaragua and like stashed a bunch of guns in the desert. She was ready for Judgment Day.
She was prepping.
Yeah. And to see her like just be a total badass and break out of the, mental institution she was in and like fuck that dude up with a nightstick and stuff. And also the doctor. I love that the doctor is back from the first one, who's, calling her crazy and stuff.
Right.
He's back and he gets his comeuppance. There's so much to love. And I think her leaning into this character is exactly what makes this movie shine. Obviously, Arnold is great too. He's evolved as an actor by now, but Linda Hamilton really makes this movie shine.
She's also the reason that it's not her exactly, but is the genesis of one of my hangups.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because why would Skynet send another robot back to a time where you let her prepare?
Well, whatever. I mean, I guess, but they weren't really after her. They had nothing to do with her. They knew that the son, John Connor, Edward Furlong, was with foster parents. They sent him back to time, not thinking Linda Hamilton would break free and beat the shit.
But I guess my point is, like, why wouldn't you just send the T-1000 to like right after the T-800 went?
I mean, yeah, it's a fair point. Again, it's a fair point, but like nothing I really thought of because I bought into this narrative. I buy into this narrative so much.
I bought into it too, but it was just kind of like.
I understand, but kind of like we talked about the first one. Yeah, whatever. Technically, they could have sent him back to any time. Like send him back to a time right when, John Connor was coming out, was being born, and she's like in labor, so she's definitely, not going to be holding a gun. Probably, maybe. Actually, I don't know. Maybe she might have been armed during her birth.
She might have been at that point.
Actually, I want to see that movie. Bring it on. Oh, maybe later.
She uses the baby as a nunchuck.
John Connor's gonna lead the resistance with
a flathead.
We'll reshape it later. but
I do... Listen, Wendy, I'm a potty pooper, okay?
Dude, literally, he. But Arnold is really great in this. Not that he has to like act too much, but
no.
He acts more than he does in the first one, and we get a little bit more emotion and expression from him, even as a robot.
Yes.
Or cyborg, sorry.
And yes, I love how his most accurate role is the one where he is not a human.
I would argue this is like his iconic role,
That's what I'm saying.
He's great. He's really great for this. I think this movie, obviously, the runtime is much longer, especially the cut we watched. But I still think it's more engaging. Like even like the downtime, I think this movie moves really, really fast and is paced really well, even with the extra scenes. Because I was texting back and forth with Jordan today about like. He's like, do you remember this scene? I was like, yeah, I remember this. He's like, well, what about this? And I was like, nope, that one feels new. So that's how we discovered this is a much longer cut. But I think this cut adds a lot of the emotional weight that the theatrical cut was kind of missing.
Yeah, I did enjoy the downtime moments a lot more in this one.
Totally.
Because they were less. I'm sorry. These moments were more like, oh, that's cool. That's cute. He's being like, he's getting the robot friend and like he's,
yeah.
Fun. I'm still having fun. It was more of that and less of this.
Yeah, they gave you a reason. Like things are still building, because with the first one, there's like some downtime because they're like running or like hiding and stuff. And here they're just like, oh, Linda Hamilton's getting some guns, and I'm going to teach my robot some new catchphrases.
Yeah, I enjoyed that more than the unnecessary sex scene.
Yeah, it was kind of the first one. I get why it was in there. I think it's justified to be in there, but also in the first one is kind of just like long. Like we get it, they had sex,
right?
But it wasn't like it's not a sexy movie though, So that scene felt kind of weird and out of place because it's like boom. And I'm like, you're about to be murdered by a machine from the future, dude. Can you like turn down the Barry White and like make some more bombs? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's whatever. It was fine for what it was. It fit with that movie, but this none of that shit. Nothing here. But it's God. I don't know. And also, I think this movie, of course, had a much larger budget.
Yes.
Much larger. Mm-hmm. The action is top freaking notch in this movie. And I don't know if you noticed this. This is something I noticed in the beginning of this movie when the Terminators are coming back. And also John is like on his motorcycle. They all just like run into traffic and they cause a lot of, every time they enter a street, someone's there's like a fucking 5-car pileup every time they hit the street.
It's so fucking funny. Like just zero regard for other humans on the road,
life safety, the rule of law. I don't know. It's I find that funny, but the action here. I mean, you have helicopters, you have motorcycles, and big rigs, and like it's insanity, dude. You have a big metal foundry at the end. Like it's metal as fuck.
Pun intended, I guess.
Pun incredibly intended.
Yeah, it's a lot of really dope action that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed some of the downtimes too with the. I didn't realize that a kid was the reason why Arnold says "Hasta la vista, baby."
Yeah, he was exactly a lot of great catchphrases. But like Arnold, I also think with some of the emotional stuff in this movie, Arnold is more of a father figure to John Connor than he's ever had.
I mean, Sarah even says that in the movie.
Yeah, she makes a point of that. That was not in the theatrical version.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they make a point of it here. But also, one thing that stuck out to me that I didn't really think about too much when I first saw this is like John is reunited with his mom, who he just broke out of a mental institution. And the first thing she does is call him fucking stupid for saving her.
Yeah.
He's like, you why did you do that? He's like,
idiot.
Yeah. And he's like, I had to get you out of there. And she goes, well, you shouldn't have. That's stupid. You're a stupid person. Why would you do that? He's like, and he cries and stuff. And I was like, dang, Sarah Connor is his mother, but not his mom. Like she sucks as a mom. But whatever. There's a lot of things going on. So I think that was a really interesting, like, thematic thing, and I really think an interesting thing to dive into in an action robot movie. Right?
Time traveling action robot movie. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, with like a sad mom B plot.
The sad mom B plot. Yes.
Yeah. Parents be weird, huh? Also, I wanted to shout this out to Hawk Rules here in the chat. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice this before, but when Arnold, apparates into existence in our time, he goes into that biker bar.
Yeah.
And which this scene is really great, by the way, but there's Dwight Yoakam playing on the jukebox. And I know Hawk Rules is a Dwight Yoakam country music fan.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I know what that is. And and Arnold is just like, he's so intimidating. And like, I don't know, can you imagine a giant naked dude walking into the bar? I mean, they're like obviously like talking shit to him, but like, why would you talk shit to somebody like that?
Right. Dude, not only is he massive, he is confident enough to walk in hanging dong. So like, by the way, thank you, Avery, for that phrase. I will never forget it and use it forever.
Unleashed a monster.
Also, he says, give me your clothes. Be like, yeah, probably. Here you go. Oh, shit.
Yeah, cover up. You're making us all uncomfortable, sir.
God.
Give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
I mean, not the motorcycle, but everything else. Here you go. Like,
everybody can chip in one piece of clothing.
Right. Calm down. We'll fight the fucking giant dude with his dangler out. You know what I mean?
Dude, this also a fun thing for me too, which I thought of and was also kind of brought up to me. Did you like the 80s and 90s were like a big time for this, where this is a rated R movie, of course. The like toy market and stuff would still make toys for like rated R movies. Like there are Terminator toys. That's like insane. I know, like we had Terminator toys.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I was sent this thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well, but it's the Arnold toy that talks.
Oh shit.
Let's see if I can get you to hear it.
It's all stop motion. It doesn't look very good. Yeah, this is
yeah.
I'm like, what?
I think they were watching our stream. But anyway, yeah. There's killer robot toys for children for a rated R movie. The BioFlesh regenerator.
What the fuck is that?
I'm telling you, like it's fun because there was like also like we talked about RoboCop, for a brief second there. There's tons of like RoboCop toys and stuff. It's like these are really brutal adult films. Like, hey kids, you want to kill crack addicts in your street?
Bro, you can still buy that. You can still buy that. Yes, I just found it for $50.
Yo, I love that. That's so cool. I'm telling you, like they have marketing rated R films to children, which is probably also how I turned out the way I turned out.
Yeah,
thanks, toy industry.
That's fine with me. Shit.
Again, you're benefiting from this day.
Everything worked out great for me.
But yeah, one of the things too, which you touched on, is that relationship between John and the Terminator. Like I said, he's kind of like a dad, but there's some comedic relief in that.
There is. Yeah, there is.
You know, and that's fun. It's cute. There's like cute moments in the Killer Robot movie. Like it's adorable. I can't pull my head away from that. You know, this movie manages to be so much while also being a total genre movie, you know?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I didn't expect there to be like, I thought it was going to be a mind like numb movie. Both of them. I thought they were both going to be like turn off your brain and eye candy, you know?
Right. Not even close. I think this movie dives in, and that's also what makes James Cameron a great director, is knowing that you have this like schlocky B-movie concept that'll get people into the theater, but it backs it up with like real big emotional stuff.
Right.
Thank you, Hawk Rules. I got my balance. I still love cartoons, so it works for me. But no, there's and that's also what I mean by with the John Carpenter comparison. John Carpenter makes B movies that also are elevated. His are kind of more social commentary things, you know.
Okay.
We're talking about like The Police State. If you've seen like They Live. And all these kind of things, I think they have a lot to say. That's more on the societal level, but this hits on that emotional level, that like personal level, you know. And so I think that's it's so nice, and this movie is very well written for me. I mean, also, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. How many, like, I don't know, how many good moments? Like each scene has an incredible moment, you know, that I think you can really like nail down and think about a lot. Even Miles. So Miles is the guy that this scene stuck with me a lot, by the way. Miles is the guy who invents basically the chip, like reconfigures the chip that they got from the past. Essentially when Linda Hamilton from the first Terminator, right? She kills the Terminator by crushing it with a machine. It's a hydraulic machine. So the people, Skynet, Cyberdyne, they find this chip and they cover the whole thing up. It was what we learn. And so they kind of reverse engineer this chip to figure out how it works. And it accelerated their timeline and all these things. Miles is the guy who is behind this like discovery. He's pushing it forward. So Sarah Connor gets in her like military gear and she goes to like murder Miles in his like Malibu mansion. And she can't go through with it. And, you know, so the Terminator, T-800, Arnold, and John Connor show up. And they're like, okay, instead of just murdering this guy, maybe we can have him get us into Cyberdyne and just like destroy it. Because they have the original Terminator arm from the first movie.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And they have the chip, which is destroyed, but still what they're using to reverse engineer it. So, which I think is a fun plot line. Because again, you don't need to know that from the first movie, but knowing that helps. And they get in and it's this crazy extravaganza. But Miles, as a character, they could have made like the nebulous corporate bad guy, like, oh, haha, technology, progress, whatever.
Yes, I like how they did it. Yeah.
And they didn't. They gave Miles a very human story. He's kind of a workaholic, but he's got 2 kids and his wife who loves him and understands, but tries to get him to, you know, enjoy life a little more. And so we get a real human look at him. So when they come in to like fucking kill him, you know, we're like, oh my God, like, you know, he doesn't understand what he's going to do in the future. And so you're put as an audience in this position of like, oh, fuck, like, yeah, I guess he doesn't like have to die necessarily, but like it will be bad if he continues. So eventually he dies.
I
Spoiler
mean,
alert for a 30-year-old movie. But
but here's this introduces another one of my hangups. Why did she decide to kill him instead of just bringing the fucking T-800 to him and be like, here, this is what you create, and if you continue to do it, you're going to destroy everything.
Well, as we kind of established earlier, she's a little more impulsive,
mentally unstable,
thoughtful. Yeah. I mean, because she's like, she's just trying to stop this thing, and so she's like, oh, if I kill this guy, it'll stop. But we find out that like, no, like you can kill me, but the work's gonna happen probably one way or another.
Yeah.
If I'm dead or not. And so she kind of has that human realization by the time they get there, you know. So I get why she went after him that way. Because she almost killed the T-800 when they pulled the chip out of his head. She almost smashed that, but John stops her, and which is also a great scene, which was not in the theatrical release.
Wait, really?
Yep.
That was sure? I remember that scene.
No, okay, so that's what I said too, and Jordan was like, "No, I don't remember that at all." And I was like, "I remember seeing that," and I realized also that I'd seen a version. There's 3 versions. 3.
Why?
And so I've seen a version that has that scene as well, and I think that's a pivotal scene. But yeah, no, I think that makes sense for me, though, to be honest.
But get him on your side and have him sabotage. That's the better plan.
Yeah,
sabotage.
It's sabotage. Okay, so. But okay, how do you feel about the visual effects of this movie?
They were better. I liked them. They were better. I didn't have any real issues or anything like that.
I think they hold up pretty fucking good.
I like the sending them back in time thing where it like eats up half the back end of that tractor trailer. I thought that was pretty cool. A cool concept to that.
Yeah.
But, I can't like. I can't remember if there was any horrible fucking Madame Tussauds heads in there.
Okay, so I do have a couple of these. Also, John, I just saw your comment. He created the Terminators. Then years later, he created Cyborg.
He did it anyway. He said, "Fuck it, fuck you guys."
Wasn't gonna stop. The lesser of two evils, I guess. Debatable, but. This is the whatever. I have like some nitpicky things. I guess we'll get into in a minute. But yeah,
really?
No, it did. But because that's exactly what I'm gonna get into is the CG effects in this thing. Like there was a really great mix of like practical things because the guard, if you remember the guard it was getting the coffee, and then took the spear to the dome. Remember he turns around and sees himself.
Yeah,
those are twins.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, those are twins because those 2 guys are also in the movie Gremlins as scientists, but twins.
Kidding.
Yeah, so they're twins. So that's a smart use of that. Linda Hamilton also has a twin. Yes, who does some of her stunt work. So in the scene where she's like doing like operating on like the Terminator's head, right? Where we see it from behind and we see the mirror. It's not a mirror. It's actually Linda Hamilton's twin is on one of the sides, and they're just matching motion because they have the head that's open up that we can see from the backside, but the actual Arnold on the other side of the wall.
My brain is not comprehending what you're saying. I don't understand why they didn't just use mirror.
Because his head is open. It's a robot head, and they need to see Arnold's expressions. She's digging in his head, and she's cutting open his head, so they couldn't use his actual head.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So they had it's a mirror shot, but it's actually just Linda Hamilton's sister, and also at the end in the foundry when there's 2.
I was going to say that
Sarah Connors. Yeah. That's also her twin. But I think the CG in this movie holds up pretty well, and it's a Stan Winston thing. Stan Winston is like this. It's like Stan Winston's like company and stuff is famous in the industry, especially in the 80s and 90s for like a lot of these effects. I think Stan Winston also did the effects in The Thing. No, they tried to get Stan Winston for The Thing, but he couldn't do it because of time. But Stan Winston's involved in a lot of stuff. But yeah, a lot of great practical effects. But the CG in this movie, I think, holds up relatively well.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see. I mean, the electrical sparking thing. That was, but that's the only thing I could think to point out. Everything else, I'm like, yeah, I'm not taken out of anything. I taken out by any of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it worked fine for me.
Yeah, there's a couple things that I that were kind of a little goofy for me that I noticed this time around.
Mm-hmm.
So the guard, like I was saying, played by one of the twins. There's that like close up of his face. That's a great question, actually. Hawk Rules.
Blake, do you want to go first?
My favorite scene for Terminator 2. Ooh, I think my favorite scene is probably that last scene in the Foundry, which I'm going to get to, but as the Terminator is being lowered, because it's so emotional and it wraps up so many things, and it hit me really hard this time.
Wow, really?
Like, there's so much action and stuff to love in this movie that I could fawn over all day, but I think the scene that like really sticks with me after watching it this time was that last scene, because it just brought so many things full circle for me, and it really hit me. It really hit me right in the feel bone.
I would say my favorite scene is when right before that, when the mangled T-800 is just like get down.
And also when he gets up and after the T-1000 falls in the thing, he gets off the wheel. He's like, I need a vacation.
Yes.
Yes, like,
exactly.
Man's got jokes.
But it's because John taught it to him.
Yeah. But no, I think that scene's really great. But yeah, there's a couple dummy heads, but also the scene where they're leaving. I think they're leaving Cyberdyne, and the T-1000 is like clawing on the back of the car they're on, and it swings out, and you can see it's just a dummy on the back, whipping around. I really noticed that one this time. It kind of made me chuckle, but I don't think it's like bad,
no,
but I definitely noticed it.
It's not Bradley Cooper and American Sniper bad.
That baby. Exactly, dude. Exactly. But yeah, I guess for some of my like this movie is really great. I really really like it. But the Terminator scene at the end, it's a robot. He's a killing machine, and who became kind of a father figure and a friend and like this helper. And he knows he has to, he can't self-terminate, but he knows he has to die. The chip has to be destroyed. And man, this scene totally got me. It totally got me. You can see in John Connor's face, and he's crying, and even Sarah Connor's like, thanks, bro, and they shake hands and stuff, and and he gives the little thumbs up, which could be hokey if handled worse, but it's just like he does it, and it's the thing, and I'm like, oh, it was great. I think that really hit hard for me.
Yeah, I can see why it would hit hard for you. It did not hit hard for me at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm cold and heartless.
No, true.
No, I don't know. Like, it's like I was like, oh, but that it didn't, like, that I didn't get more than an awe out of it.
Oh, okay. I felt that kind of like relationship and that connection, and the teaching and just seeing John connect with this machine. We have that like little voiceover from Sarah Connor earlier and stuff as well. That kind of, puts a fine point to it. But yeah, the music in this as well, it's really great. Hawk Rules. It's like, it's really emotional. The music really stuck with me from when I was a kid as well.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of this, and it's really emotional, and it's great. I think it's a really great ending.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think it's a great ending. I think it's fitting. Another one of my hang-ups, though, is... What was that? What did you do?
Something on my desk got knocked over. I'm like getting emotional and like knocking all my shit over.
Another of my hang-ups is like, why when they blow up Cyberdyne, didn't either one of the T robots just vanish?
because it's not like Back to the Future. They're physical things that are there, so that's not gonna change. This isn't a Back to the Future thing where they're just and like disappear, just slowly fade out.
So, but here's another question. It's an existential question, and sorry to be a Debbie Downer. Okay, sorry.
I'm fine. Bring it.
If that's the case, and the T robots don't like vanish, that means that if they succeed, the resistance doesn't vanish in the present, in the future, or in the present, wherever they're at. So what's the fucking point of trying this to begin with?
Well, that's what I think they were kind of talking about, is the future could be different, as in like it wouldn't just change, like they're not going to be there in the present and people start disappearing and houses start being like rebuilt. And so like it worked, like their future is always going to be that future. They're just trying to, from the way that this movie presents it, is like, oh, it can be different in a different like past.
No, I agree with that. But that would send Kyle Reese, or Kyle would send the reprogrammed T-800. They would start this and send it back to stop the war from happening in Cyberdyne, not fucking Skynet sending robots back to what? They don't have that all kind of altruism to like, oh, maybe it's a better future for our robot kind. They don't have that.
No, I mean, like, again, you could do this all day.
I know,
with anything.
I can't help it.
I know. I get it, and I understand the frustration, but I'm also like, I don't think it's the point.
It's not frustration. It's just I can't get the thought out of my head. I'm not frustrated by it at all. It did not make me like the movie any less. It did not make me like not want to recommend it. It's just like I don't understand.
You're watching this like, nope, you've drawn. Go here, and if we go back to 1984, oh Jesus.
Why did the robots send anyone back if their future does not get changed, is my question, Wendy. I'm sorry to have made it more convoluted than it should have been.
Because they're trying to stop other future. They're trying to keep their future from happening because they still have a self-preservation mode, I assume, the robots. Because like, hey, we're in power and we're awesome. We want to make sure we always stayed in power.
Right, but in their timeline, they're always going to stay in power. So like, what's the point?
Future stuff. Shut the fuck up, Dave. Jesus, dude.
I can't help it.
I do have I mean, obviously none of the time travel stuff works. If you really think about it, in pretty much any movie, but I do have a few dislikes for this movie. They're nitpicky, but it's
more than mine.
Yeah, they're definitely more nitpicky than yours. Way more nitpicky than yours. Because this doesn't matter, nor does it affect my enjoyment of this film. But the little computer that John uses to rip off ATMs in the beginning with his friend, he uses that little computer to break the security codes of an actual tech corporation. Like, it shut down the security alarms. He's like, hold on, wait, punk, and he sticks his thing in. And it's like, I got in. And I'm like, no. That's not how that works. You bought that from Radio Shack, dude.
Listen, he's obviously a brilliant person. That's why they wanted to stop him. So he's able to get his dollar store credit card fraud machine.
I get why. I get it. And it is set up and all this stuff. But I was like, wait, hold the fuck on. Like Miles Dyson with his like all his computers and shit and like all these like quantum theory things going on and like some asshole with a mini computer. It's just like boop, boop, boop.
I wish we would have gotten that scene where he's like, you fucking kid.
Yeah, so mediocre Hawk, yeah, you're right. Like they're probably somebody who's smarter than me would be like, actually, you know, fine. And you can actually me all day, but it is something I thought about and I was like, wait a second. I'm not saying I'm right.
Did Jordan just actually you?
He totally did. So I have two more things. This next one is also nitpicky, but it also stuck out to me. When the T100 or T1000 rather shows up to Cyberdyne, and he's like, oh, they're up there, they're in the building. I'm gonna go up there and get them instead of just like running incredibly fast up there, like we've been shown that he can do. He rides his motorcycle up the steps. I was like, wait, why are you doing that? I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
It's so I was like, why are you doing that? You could literally just like leap up all these stairs as you've shown that you can do. But he's taking the time to get this giant police motorcycle to just going up the stairs with it. And then he's up there. He's like, oh, I guess they're gone. Just kidding. Helicopter. And he fucking crashes out of the building and lands his motorcycle on a helicopter. I love it. I think it's fun. But it was like, wait.
Well, okay. If this makes you feel any better, remember, he is a prototype. So he could get stuck on certain things.
That's true. We did find that out at the end. We did find that out because he's like kind of glitching out at the end. You know, he's kind of, after he comes back from being shattered into a billion little pieces, which was an awesome shot.
It was a really great shot.
He collects himself back, and now he's walking through the foundry. He's kind of getting stuck on things. Which I thought was a cool touch, which is also not much of that is in the theatrical cut either. So, okay. And also my last thing that I thought was, it doesn't ruin anything. And again, I like this movie. This is not in the theatrical cut. In the theatrical cut, also, yes, you're right. The Rock could do that too.
The Rock would just toss the motorcycle up.
Come pick me up. So the end of the original movie is just like a shot of like the road going by, and Sarah Connor, like in her voiceover voice, you know, the future, blah blah blah, and she's talking, and it's great, and it leaves it open, it leaves the narrative open, a little bit of like uncertainty to the future. It's like we did all that we could, but nobody knows the future. And I really like that ending. Here we get the like 80s like feeling cliche, like everything turned out great. John Connor is a senator now. I'm a grandma, and it's the 30 years from now, and look at us, we saved it. No Judgment Day. I'm not crazy anymore.
I'm glad to know that that's not the actual, like that's not the theatrical ending, because I was like, okay.
It's the more hopeful and definitive ending to be like, cool, it's over now. It's all, which I like, for the fact that this fucking series should have stopped after this movie. But I think the original ending is a little more tonally, like the theatrical ending rather, is a little more tonally in line with how this movie has presented all its themes. And this one feels too like tight bow, you know?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. You just said something and it got me into hang-up mode. So you said that
oh no
the series should have ended here, because they did it, except for we know that they didn't, because the future is still going to be there, and they're still going to keep fucking sending robots back over and over and over, because it doesn't change anything.
Which again, like which makes the theatrical ending make more sense, because like if you think about it, like, oh, it's gonna keep sending them back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But yeah, it's kind of a toss up for me. It is, because I think the theatrical one is definitely better. This one I like for the fact that it ends this fucking thing right where it should have ended, instead of giving us sequel after convoluted timeline after retcon timeline after Arnold after not Arnold after James Cameron after Linda Hamilton coming back, and it's like, dude, stop, quit it, stop it. So I didn't like that particularly. I thought it was hokey. This is absolutely a recommend for me. This is definitely my favorite of the movies. I think it's a way better movie. I think it looks better. I think it's written better. I think the themes are better. I think it's even acted better. It's great. It's action. It's emotion. It's, you laugh, you cry. It's a big recommend for me.
It's a recommend for me, because
big recommend for me.
I wasn't trying to correct you.
Big. I just want to emphasize. Big recommend for you.
It's a fun movie. Just don't let yourself dave up on some of these things that don't make sense.
Dive into the human aspects of these movies and forget about the science stuff because.
Oh, I don't like humans. That's probably why.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Two different perspectives.
I mean, that's why I like you. You're not human.
Oh. Dave, in such a public forum as well. Bless you. Bless you, sir.
Revealing that you're a robot?
Shut up. So things are going good for me. Have you seen any of the other like sequels, Terminator things?
God, no. No. Bro. You really think I've seen all the other ones and not the first two?
I don't know, Dave. You're a fucking wild card, man. That's I don't know what you do. Sometimes you're like, I'll bring up some like weird random movie. You're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, fuck out of here with that. I did see Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines in theaters. Mi Madre took us to see it, and boy, that movie sucks. It has Claire Danes in it, and Arnold's back, but like it's a total joke. It's obviously James Cameron has nothing to do with it. It's really bad. And then there was the Christian Bale version, and then we got like whatever Terminator Genesis. We got the Terminator Dark Fate, which Terminator Dark Fate I think is supposed to be a direct sequel to Terminator 2, but I also heard it's not good. I don't know. I don't care.
No, I
don't care about them. And now James Cameron's also trying to like reboot Terminator stuff, and I'm like, please stop. Don't make me beg.
Because you can't put Arnold back in it.
Well, no, he's not going to put Arnold. But like, I'm talking about like reboot.
That's what I mean. But like, it can't be without Arnold.
I agree. I mean, they're synonymous. The series and Arnold are synonymous. Oh no, don't all know. Although me,
I think John Cena might be a pretty badass T1.
Nope. He's
got the face.
I don't know. He's in like so many like hokey like. Oh no!
Even I disagree with that one.
If Chris Pratt showed up as Terminator,
hey, I'm Arnold. I mean, I'll be back.
I would commit an arson. I'm just saying. If either of those fucking people showed up as the Terminator, because The Rock, I'm sorry, but The Rock couldn't pull it off because he's like too nice guy, and like even John Cena is kind of like, oh, too nice guy. But like Arnold, like for context, coming into this movie, coming into the first one especially, he's like a buff like bodybuilder guy. He's Austrian. He's like wasn't like a relatable guy. Like John Cena's on like fucking Instagram watering his garden, and and like all we knew about Arnold is like he's like this buff dude and he doesn't say much and he's intimidating, and it works. So I don't know who they would recast.
Jason
who would
Momoa?
You cast as the new? You know who actually, not to like totally sidetrack this, who is actually really coming into his own as an actor who used to be a wrestler? Dave Bautista.
Oh yeah.
The man can actually act.
Now. After a few years.
No, but you can tell he's been working. Oh, Jordan.
Nope. You didn't just say that.
He's done enough terminating. I'm done. I'm done. But Dave Bautista is like, he's on it, dude. And you can see that he's like really worked on his actual acting.
Which is like, great.
He's like an actual actor, dude.
Yes. I'm actually kind of interested to see that cult movie that he's in, though.
What?
Yeah. You didn't see the previews for that? It's like a cult movie where these 4 people break into this house and say, we have to...
I have no idea what this is.
Oh shit!
Dave, breaking news. I'll look it up after. We're coming to a close here, but I'm interested. I think the guy's great.
Yeah. Oh, it's called Knock at the Cabin.
Oh no! I didn't realize he was in that. Oh no, that looks awful.
No, it looks awful, but he looks like he's doing better.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, dude.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I think we talked about this because I saw the trailer for it before something we watched for stream. And I was like,
the movie looks stupid, but he looks like,
oh no,
Yeah,
no, I get it. Oh, because Jonathan Groff's in it too. And like, he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
A great actor. Mm-hmm. The movie looks awful. So I guess we'll figure it out.
Yes. Facts. Factual information.
Probably not going to go see it unless I'm forced to. But
nope.
But yeah, short of that. So I didn't get to ask you, how was your New Year's, Dave?
Awful.
Cool.
It was fucking. Listen, I have never had such a horrible timed New Year's ever. Like ever.
What do you mean? What happened?
For context, I'm not saying that this was like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I'm just saying this is the worst New Year's moment of my life, which is
cool.
It's like still not a horrible moment. It's that literally as the ball hit 0 and as it changed, Ohio State missed the game-winning field goal to lose to Georgia, and I literally was like, oh, and my family was over, and they're like, oh, everyone was freaked out, and then somebody goes, oh my God, it's hey, Happy New Year, and everyone's like, oh, Happy New Year, and I'm like, fuck. I got up and left.
Flipping tables.
I left. I went upstairs. I'm like, I'm gonna pout up here for a minute. I can't do this.
Dude, I obviously I did watch the game because I was busy not doing that, but I saw all the reactions and stuff after. It's like 2-win, and they blew it. And yeah, Michigan took the L as well. So
Michigan has yet to lead in a college football playoff game.
Well, dude, that was a wild game too. Not to like get too deep into sports, but that was a wild game.
It was a wild game. I watched the whole thing too.
Yeah, absolutely weird. But yeah, no, I just hung out. I actually watched a couple movies. We talked about this in the opening, but I watched a couple movies in 2022, right before the ball dropped.
Oh, nice.
I watched Smile. Excuse me, that horror movie, which is fucking awful, and I hated it.
I told you.
It was bad, bro. It was really bad. But I also watched Bullet Train, which was fun. Yeah,
was it good?
Fun. It wouldn't have gone in my like top 10 or even my honorable mentions, but it would have gone in my like pretty good.
Like your meh, folder?
My okay. I mean, it was more than meh. I was like, it was good. I enjoyed myself, but I don't find myself wanting to see it again. So,
okay,
it was fun.
So, do you think I should watch it?
I think you would have a fun time with it. If you have some extra time and you want something new and kind of fun, because it's kind of like a Guy Ritchie meets Tarantino kind of thing. Character, everybody's having a lot of fun. You can tell all the actors in this are having a lot of fun. The guy from the guy who plays Hanzo in help me, Mortal Kombat.
Oh God, yes. Sorry, yes.
he's in it as well, and it's fun. And again, I think the acting is great and the concept's fun enough. I don't really think I want to see it again, but it's worth a watch, I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah, with all the extra time that I have coming up.
So much extra time.
I will definitely. I do want to see it because it looks like it's fun, and it looks like Brad Pitt's finally not playing Brad Pitt.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I disagree with you on that statement because I think I know what you mean, but I think Brad Pitt really can like act, and here he's having a good time. Unlike Ryan Reynolds or like a Will Ferrell or fucking whoever that I have problems with, I think Brad Pitt can do more character stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm disagreeing with you. I just think that majority of his movies he's just playing Brad Pitt. He can do and does do a lot more and is very good at it. But he's still just Brad Pitt, in especially more recent movies. He's been just Brad Pitt.
It's kind of like we talked about this too on my okay list. Was a movie called The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Yes,
and Brad Pitt is in it. He's playing a total character in that. He's like plays like this this like kind of super like survival kind of guy.
Yes.
And, like, he's really like, I don't know. I feel like Brad Pitt's had a lot of fun with his roles in 2022. So he's definitely charactered out.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, I agree. I enjoy it. He should do more of that stuff.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I never saw Lost City, that's why I didn't comment. But no, I think for a few years there, he was just being Brad Pitt, and I'm glad that he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like Keanu Reeves had his "I'm Keanu Reeves" era, you know, which is fine. Whatever, it had its purpose. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Hawk Rules. He was fun. I wish he was in it more. But you know, whatever. But what do we got coming up, Dave? We have some stuff going on.
Yes, we do. So it is officially January of 2023, and in exactly 4 weeks, it is my birthday, and we are releasing an episode the day before.
Yes. Is it the day before?
Yes, because my birthday is literally in 4 weeks. So it's in 27 days rather than 28 days we're releasing it.
Right on. We got Dave's birthday episode. So, yep, it's a bonus episode for the podcast. It's going to be fun. It's a really fun episode.
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about what it is yet?
I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's do
So we are going to be doing, again, because our special episodes, I don't know if you guys know this, but our special episodes, we toss out the fucking rules.
No rules.
No rules. All holds barred. No holds barred?
No bars have been
Half
held.
of the bars are being held. We are doing Mighty Ducks versus D2 Mighty Ducks.
Yes, it's a waterfowl adventure. It's going to be so much fun. I hadn't seen these movies in a very long time. I love the Mighty Ducks growing up. I think you did too.
I did.
So we watched them.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is what I have to say. Oh my God.
Yes.
I had a really fun time with this.
Blast with this episode. So
Yeah,
I'm really excited for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, same. So that's going to be coming your way. Of course, we're going to be here every week talking movies with you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a blast. What are we talking about next week? I don't think we have it planned. So if you want us to talk about something specific, let us know. We're on the Discord. We're on the socials. Where are we at, Dave?
We are on everywhere. We are on
specific
Twitter for as long as it remains a thing. We're on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are, I guess, technically on Facebook.
We did a poll there.
Yeah. I don't even have a Facebook, so I couldn't participate in that. So we have our website, firstpricefilms.com, where you can then click our link tree and go listen to our show anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Someone one time tried to grill me like, oh, iHeartRadio? Yes. Stitcher? Yes. Apple? Yes. They went through three or four, and I'm like, dude, yes, you find it's there.
It's on like 50 different services, and I can print you a list if you want.
Just like fucking MapQuest it.
Yeah, exactly. You can type it into fucking Google. You can go literally to our website and click the Listen Now button, and it'll send you to whatever podcast platform your little tiny fingers can imagine to type. It'll take you there. So
it's
do
fun.
that.
Please go listen to our show. Tell your friends to listen to our show and to come here, hang out with us, talk shit to me, because I have horrible takes apparently
and bad timing
and horrible timing. I am late as fuck 95% of the time. Blame the post office.
It's the USPS's fault. Fuck you. But also give us a follow here on Twitch. It's for free. And also if you have an Amazon account, you can sub to us for free. It helps us out, and we love you for it. We love you even if you don't. I mean, we're just happy you're here.
Yourself. That's fine.
Dave hates you. I love you and will always be there for you. Your friend.
Yep.
Anyway, and for another awesome week, happy 2023. Let us also know next week or on the Discord.
We're out.
We're done.
Oh, now we're back.
We're back.
Well, I had a whole nother post-credit scene planned, but I guess we'll just go with this one.
Listen, I was just saying, let us know what you want us to watch. What movies are you excited for in 2023? I want to go see Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, we need to talk about Cocaine.
We're going to talk about that. Whatever.
Bye
anyway,
for real.
Thanks for a bungled ending. Bye. It's my fault.